Hey folks, I'm Mike. Do you hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I like? Patreon.com/Inkdependence. It keeps this blog ad-free. Hey folks, it's Mike from the Inkdependence blog, and I just want to put together this little vlog to do sort of a question and answer sort of thing, or just sort of me talk to a camera for a little while. So I just got a sweet new camera. It's a Lumix FZ300, and I just got a cool new LED panel for lighting, so I'm much less dark than usual. And I just came in a little while ago from doing a bunch of yard work, so I'm ready to sit in the air conditioning during this super hot North Carolina day, because it's, I don't know, 97 or 98 or some nonsense outside. Ugh, like 70% humidity. Who needs that? Not me. I grew up in Texas, but I don't like it that hot. It still sucks. Alright, so a few things first. Firstly, I want to thank all of you for watching these videos. I mean, this started out as like a hobby several years ago. My wife was like, you want to blog about a thing, and you like fountain pens and ink, so you could probably blog about those things. And then that turned into this video thing that I've been doing for a while, and also the blog is still there, so, you know, go check out inkdependence.com if you're not currently watching this on inkdependence.com. I think it's a decent little blog. I'm working on the format. I'm going to have a new, it's going to look all fancy and new here in a little while, so that's a thing that's going to happen. Let me shift this over here just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. It's better. Check out my bear. I like that bear. Cool, right? I dig it. I put together this massive wall unit, and so the rest of my office is a mess because I had more stuff on shelves than I want to put in there because this looks nice, and if I just cram everything back in there, you know, it's a mess. You know how reformatting a house can be. Alright, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching. It is amazing that anybody wants to watch me do this. I think that's crazy, but I'm super glad that you like it. Also, a huge thanks goes out to my patrons, those of you who gone to patreon.com/inkdependence to help support the blog. Man, that is super cool. You're paying to get a thing that I give away for free, and that is, I mean, I'm crazy honored by that. I never expected anybody to sign up for that, and I thank you so much. Thank you. Alright, so what should I talk about? Well, one big thing that's kind of been going on for the last 2 or 3 weeks is that my wife Audrey, who runs a nail polish blog called Right on the Nail, it's here. Look at that. Bam. Right on the Nail. Go to Right on the Nail. Check that stuff out if you like nail polish at all. If you know a person who likes nail polish, pass it on. They'll probably like it too. And so she also has gotten into fountain pens, kind of in not a big way, but like a medium way, I'd say, at least right now. Last few years I've been getting her like more and more into pens, and now she has like her own stash of pens and that sort of thing. So she saw some of these fountain pen inks and said, you know, I bet these would make really good nail polishes. And so she contacted some folks to have them, or to ask and see if they wanted to try to duplicate these cool fountain pen inks as nail polishes. And the result, well, here's this is coming up soon. This is Jay Herbon's Blue Ocean, and this is going to be a nail polish soon. So, or actually, it already is a nail polish. I just haven't done the review of this yet. So that'll be coming up on the blog soon. In fact, it'll be coming up on both blogs, and you can probably enter to win one of these. Like, go over to our blog now. I'm sure there's at least one contest going on, maybe 2 giveaways. You don't know. So there's that. Alright, so check out Nibs and Nails. I think it's a pretty cool project. We're going to be posting them on Fridays. I don't know if we're going to have one Friday after this Friday, so next Friday is what humans say. Yeah, so next Friday. I don't know if there's going to be one next Friday. That's going to be the DC Pen Show, and it's going to be like a pretty crazy weekend. I don't know what we'll do. I'm going to try to vlog from the Pen Show if I have time. Audrey's actually going to be working at the Franklin Kristoff booth. She helps them out sometimes, and Scott was like, hey, can you help us out in DC? And she's like, yes. So she'll be doing that, and I'll be just roaming around. So if you see this face, come and say hi to it, and we'll totally chat, because I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, like all day. All day. It's going to be a day, man. It's going to be a weekend. Alright, so that's that. Check out Nibs and Nails. Check out Audrey's blog. Those are 2 cool things. Thanks to the patrons, etc. Alright, next on my list. I actually made a list. I mean, look at this. Bam, it's a list like professional style. I didn't write a script, because I don't do that. I do this off the cuff, and you know it. Alright, so some new pens. Where'd they go? Here they are. So, I've got this one coming up very soon. This is, let's see, this is the thing that beauty bloggers do. Gets focus. It looks like it's pretty well focused. This is a Diplomat Arrow. Maybe you recognize it. It's supposed to be shaped like a dirigible, and it is a very nice fountain pen. Good weight to it. I went to a place to get eyeglasses not too long ago. I'm going to get some new eyeglasses sometime in the near future. And the girl that was helping me out, her name's Rachel. Hey Rachel, if you're watching this, thanks for checking me out for glasses. And she and her friend really liked this. I didn't get the friend's name, but she also works at this place. Oscar Oglethorpe in downtown Greensboro. Seems like a really rad place. And so this is a pen that I always thought would be kind of for dudes because it's like metal and it's kind of heavy, but man, she really liked it, and I think other people will too. So Diplomat Arrow coming up soon. Thanks to Diplomat for giving that to me to check out. These other two, well, one I bought and one was a very generous gift from a blog user or a blog reader or watcher. I don't know, what is this, a vlog watcher? Watcher, I guess. This is one I got from Joe Crace at Gentleman Stationer. If you haven't been to the Gentleman Stationer, go check that blog out. Probably you have. He's pretty well known. This is a Sailor 1911 large. This is a pretty big pen. I mean, here's the arrow next to it, and it's at least the same size as the arrow, a little bit longer actually, I think. I've heard it's about the same size as Mont Blanc 149, but I don't have any Mont Blanc, so I can't really check that out. But I believe the source. It's only got one band across here and not two. So if it had two, maybe it would look more like the Mont Blanc. This is a very cool nib, I think. Can I focus on that nib? I think we can. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. This is a music nib that has been turned into a stub, sort of, by, shoot, what's the name of the guy who does the nibs for Sailor? Nagahara, I believe. Anyway, don't quote me on that. I don't remember exactly. But apparently this was turned into a stub, and then he thought it was a little too sharp, and so he had Deb Kinney, who's local around here. She's a great nib smith. If you haven't used Deb Kinney for nibs, talk to her about nibs. She smoothed it out a little bit. I'm actually going to round it off just a little bit more. I write at an odd angle, and so if it's at all sharp, it will catch for me. This is pretty good. Pretty good. All right, that's coming up soon. And then lastly, this is... well, there we go. I'll do it this way. This is a Pelican M800, and this, man, this was a gift actually from somebody who watches the channel and likes what I do. Apparently a lot, and this is an amazing pen. I've wanted a Pelican in my flock. This is the flock of Pelicans that I have, and I've wanted a Pelican and exactly like this, pretty much. Maybe I would like silver hardware more, but man, the gold and the blue is classy as heck. So I hadn't really had a Pelican before, and I mean, look at this nib. That's gorgeous, right? Gorgeous. Got a little Pelican on there. It's adorable. But man, this nib is good. I now understand what the hype about Pelicans is, and that's that they kind of rule. I mean, this is a great nib. And this is a fine, it writes really broad. Actually, this has a lot more spring in the nib than I thought it was going to. But man, this is a great nib on a great pen. The piston on this thing is bonkers. I mean, it's so good, so good. So if you have a chance to get or use a really cool Pelican, check that out. It's got a Pelican on it. Right? Look at that face. I really want one of those little statues. It's a statue of a pelican, and you put the pen in its beak, so it looks like it's holding the pen for you. I need one of those now. I got to figure out a way to score one of those. Maybe DC will hook me up. I don't know. We'll see how DC goes. Maybe I'll see one. All right, so that's like stuff that's coming up on the blog. I'm gonna try to do more pen reviews because I've been doing a lot of ink, and I mean I've got a ton of ink to do, but I've also got a bunch of pens that I haven't been able to show yet. So I'm gonna do those soon too. So those are coming up. All right. Questions. I pulled the Twitterverse and the Slackverse. I'm on the Pen Addict Slack. You probably have seen me there. And where else? I feel like there was another place. Anyway, I pulled some places, and I got Instagram. That's where it was, where I am at Inkdependence. I totally had forgotten that I had that. So if you're not following at Inkdependence on Instagram and you like Instagram, follow at Inkdependence. It's free, and you get to see pins sometimes and inks. All right, so questions from there. Man, now I'm gonna choke because Brad Dowdy, the Pen Addict, said, here's what you have to do on your vlog, Mike. You have to say the name of the newest J. Herbal ink. I am notoriously bad at French and Japanese. I think that my Dutch names have been not terrible. That's all due to my buddy Bas van der Wassen, who will say them for me until I can say them back, and then I usually forget, and then he'll say them some more. But thank you to all of you who helped correct my pronunciations. So here's what that new ink is called. I haven't tried it yet. It's like a brown with gold shimmer and like a green sheen. It seems awesome. I don't have any yet. I will get some. Probably DC. I probably won't get it before then. I don't know when I would. So I won't have that yet. So it's called Carub de Chiffre. 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 That's what I'm going to say. Chiffre. It's spelled like this. Did I spell it right? Chypre. Chiffre. So, Carub de Chiffre. And there you go. So, Carub de Chiffre. There you go, Penetic Brad Dowdy. I will see you in DC where you will say that word back at me. All right. Jim on Slack asks which side I come down in pancakes versus waffles. Look, these vlog things are not going to be just pens and ink. I will do some pens and ink stuff too, but also, just regular old stuff. So, pancakes versus waffles. Here's the thing about pancakes versus waffles. I don't have a strong allegiance. And I've given this a little bit of thought, like an hour or so. I've been thinking, pancakes or waffles. And here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say pancakes by a hair. And here's the reason why. I really like pancakes, and I think they're easier to make and easier to get right than waffles. Waffles, I can make them. Bisquick can make you an expert in making waffles. Yeah, I know. Please don't fricassee me in the comments. I'm not a chef, but yeah, I can make some waffles. I've got a waffle iron, but it's like messier and there's more cleanup, and I feel like it's harder to do, and I'm not that great at it. And so I really like a waffle with like crispy outsides and kind of soft insides, and I'm not great at that. But pancakes, I can do a pancake, and I can do it with like much less cleanup. It's much less fuss, and it's just as good, I think. Not quite as good the next day, if you ask me. I think like a cold waffle is better than a cold pancake, but I don't know. Maybe nobody eats those things except for me and like my dad. He loves cold waffles and pancakes. Maybe he eats them up, I don't know, but I eat them cold. So pancakes, especially blueberry pancakes. Also blueberry waffles, but blueberry pancakes for the win all the time. Maple syrup, Vermont maple syrup, that's my jam. I have family in Vermont, and I believe I guess he's a great uncle. My great uncle Orman, who had a maple plantation or farm or maple farm. I don't know, a bunch of trees, and you pull the sap out of it and make maple syrup. So I'm a Vermont maple syrup dude. And here's the thing, I kind of like it dark. I know the fancy stuff is supposed to be extra light and you can almost like see through it. I don't want that. I want a dark maple syrup. All right, so that's that. All right, this was from Miguel on Instagram. And if I'm not mistaken, I got to meet Miguel in Atlanta, and he's a very cool dude. So thanks for this question. He asked me what my top 5 inks are, and that might be a question that, I would have dodged it if he'd said, what's your favorite ink? Because I don't know. What's your favorite pet? I have 0 pets around here. I have 3 cats and a dog and some fish, and none of them are in this room right now. I don't know why. I hear them rampaging around out there, but they're not in here. Can you pick a favorite pet? I could, but I'm not gonna. Can I pick a favorite ink? I don't want to pick one, but he said 5, so 5. All right, so number 1, this is a pen. This is actually a Sailor 1911. This is the standard, regular old size. And if you look inside there, that's one of my very favorite inks, and that is all I have left of it. Look at that. That's a pitiful amount of ink that's left. This is Ackerman's Orange Bovin. I don't remember the number. I want to say it's like number 18 or something off the top of my head, I don't remember, but Orange Bovin, spelled with a J on the orange, is a beautiful orange. I love the way, I always love it, and I am about out. So, secondly, let's do something. I tried to hit color families. This is Franklin Kristoff Emerald 357. I don't know if you can really read the label. There we go. That's not too bad. Emerald 357. Maybe you can see through the bottle a little bit. Kind of the light's coming at it, so I don't know if that's so good. But Emerald 357 is one that there's the cap. I love this ink, and I've been kind of hoarding it. It's still up to here. It was filled up high, not quite Noodler's tall, but quite high. And I think I have a sample of it somewhere too that they gave me. But this is a great ink. I'm not just shilling for Franklin Kristoff. I keep this in a pen all the time. It's in at least one. It's like it's an emerald green, but it's like this beautiful, happy green. So, so far I've got orange and green, which are kind of, I mean, next to each other, they're kind of, I don't know, it's a little bit garish perhaps, but I'll do it, I don't care. And I really like those two. So that's probably my favorite green and my favorite orange. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so other stuff. This is also a green, kind of. This is diamine ink, and it's called Salamander. Can you focus on that? I don't know. And maybe there. Anyway, this is called Salamander, and you can't really see what it looks like here, and you can't really see. Yeah, no, you can't really see what it looks like. But Salamander is like, you know, I know this was one that was named by somebody that was on Fountain Pen Network, because I remember when it came out, and I said, oh, I got to name this cool ink called Salamander, and I was expecting Salamander to be kind of like a brown, or, I mean, Salamanders come in all kind of colors, but this is like a swampy green, like, I don't, like a brownish green, like a, I don't know, like a swamp. It reminds me of swamps. That's probably where the Salamander thing comes from. But it is a great ink. It flows super well. It doesn't have any problems like, you know, gumming up your pen or anything. You don't get the diamine funk. I've never had that. I had this in a Schaefer Javelin, which is one of my favorite kinds of pens, by the way. I had this in a Schaefer Javelin for like 6 months going, and no problems at all. I don't think I have it in anything right now, but I was going through my cabinet when I was thinking about Miguel's question. I said, you know, I'm just going to do stuff mostly that I have in bottles, and this is one that I had to have. So I got Diamine Salamander. So we've got Orange Bovin, we've got Emerald 387, and we've got Salamander. So more normal colors. If you're not into greens, you don't like oranges, you're like, I can't do that, Mike, I'm in an office or whatever. You could probably get away with Salamander in an office. It's a dark enough color, I think it's probably somber enough for you. This is Private Reserve's American Blue, and this is... I know Private Reserve every once in a while gets a little bit of a bad name. Some people don't care for it. They think it's oversaturated or that it doesn't flow well in pens. They have a huge gamut of inks. There are tons of them. I know Goulet recently just stopped selling them. So I don't know. I'm disappointed in that, but you know, whatever. They should do what they want, I guess. But man, American Blue, this is my go-to blue. One of my two go-to blues. This one in Visconti Blue. So Brian Anderson always talks about Visconti Blue, and so I had to try that one out, and I like it a lot. In fact, I was using it today. This pen right here has Visconti Blue. This is my Omas Arte Italiana, which is a great pen. It's got like this awesome flexy, sort of medium flexy-ish nib, and it's great. Yeah, Private Reserve, American Blue. I keep this in. I've got bottles of it, obviously. I've got it in cartridges. I've got it in this pen, which is this is a Franklin Kristoff 45. Look at that color. How cool is that? I think they call that chatoyance, that shine that you get off of this acrylic sometimes. You can see through this amber color here. This is a great pen and it's beautiful, and I just put the American Blue in there because the original blue cartridge ran out. So American Blue, it's fine. It's a great ink. I really like it. So if you've been hesitant to try out Private Reserve, get some American Blue. You will not be sorry. And if you're sorry, send it to me. I can always use another bottle. Alright, last one is a black. So this is number 5. We've done blue, black, green, greenish, and orange. So this is Sailor ink. This is one called Kyogre. Let me look at the box. Oh man, I always get it wrong. Yeah, Kyogre. This is a great ink. This is a pigmented black ink. And so look, it's not the darkest black you're going to find out there. Like Noodler's Aurora Borealis, Aurora Black. Noodler's Black is pretty darn dark. Diamine Onyx. These are really dark blacks. Kyogre isn't exactly dark. It dries to kind of this like, I don't know, it's got a bit of a shine to it, like a matte shine. Like when you look at some, it's like matte. Like, actually kind of like this. So I just did a video on Ink Crate. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I get enough light on there maybe. If you look at like printed, like big printed stuff, you can sometimes see like a matte shine off of it. That's what you get from Kyogre. And it is pigmented, so it's a nano pigment ink, it says. And there's not really anything on the cap to look at, but I've had this in pens with fine nibs and stuff for ages, like months, and it doesn't bind up. I've cleaned those pins out. There's no staining as far as I can tell, and it was on a demonstrator. It was a piston-filled demonstrator is what I was using it in. So, you know, no problem, no problem. And this is a little bit expensive. It's definitely the most expensive of the ones that I showed. Just, I don't know why. Because it's Sailor, probably. These are always a little bit more expensive. But this is a 50 ml bottle. And I think they go for, like slightly under 20 bucks maybe. I don't remember what I paid for this one. I remember it was a sale or something. But anyway, this is a very, very good ink. It's my go-to black. It's one of the very few blacks I actually use a lot of. That and Diamine Onyx. I like Onyx quite a bit, but those are my two go-to blacks. So if you haven't checked it out yet, get that Sailor Kyogre. At least get a sample or something, and check out and see if you like it. It doesn't bleed. It doesn't feather. It's permanent as heck. It doesn't wash away because of the little nano, bits. I don't know. I like nano stuff, so you put nano on a thing, I'll probably buy it. So there you go. Alright, so that's all I've got for right now. Oh, I saw Star Trek this weekend. Go see Star Trek Beyond if you haven't yet. If you're not into Trek, then, don't go see it, I guess. But if you are, if you like Star Trek at all, maybe you were let down a little bit by the second movie. I think I was just a little bit. It didn't quite feel as good as the first one. I really like the first Star Trek, of the modern Star Treks, of course. This one has a new director. I think it's solid. I think it's really good. So, it's got some problems. I'm not going to give you any spoilers. There are a few things I'm like, I don't know about this thing, but whatever. It was a really fun ride. It's got an awesome callback to the very first movie. You'll know it when you see it. So there's that. Go see Star Trek. Alright, so that's it. I'm Mike. This is Ink Dependence, and find me on the web and all the places you already know about. Ink Dependence, rather at Ink Dependence on Instagram. I'm youtube.com/c/Michael Madison. I am inkdependence.com, and I will see you later on. Peace out.